Coca-Cola, Abbott, Bank of America. These companies pay dividends, and they've been doing it longer than most people have been alive. I'm Rick Orford. I've been trading since 1999, and I'm not a financial advisor, which means I'm not here to sell you a mutual fund or whatever else they're pushing this week. But I am here because too many retail investors buy the wrong dividend stocks, the ones with flashy 10% yields and zero staying power. But here's the truth. If the dividend looks too good to be true, it probably is. Dividends can be cut or entirely vanish overnight, along with a big chunk of your hard-earned money. In this video, I'm going to show you 5 rock-solid dividend stocks with market caps over $200 billion, consistent payouts, and the strength to keep paying for decades. Plus, I'm going to reveal the one signal I always check before I hit buy, and it's the #1 reason why I skip all the high-yield stocks that everybody else is pumping. So to get my list, I had to consider a few things. First, the stock should be well covered on Wall Street, and it should have a strong buy rating. Then there's the yields. Most quality dividend stocks don't pay sky-high yields. Instead, they offer modest, sustainable payouts backed by strong earnings and reliable cash flow. For this list, I'm going to consider yields, but it's not the top priority. I want to thank The Motley Fool for sponsoring this video. The Motley Fool is a company that provides investing insight and stock recommendations for investors of all skill sets and risk levels. And you all know how much I love researching new stocks and trying to find the next best investment. So I'm proud to partner with The Motley Fool to bring you 10 stock picks from their popular product, Stock Advisor. Stock Advisor has beaten the market by almost 6 times. Go to fool.com/ricko to get your 10 stock picks right now. And for a little additional security, I limited the list to companies with market caps of at least $200 billion and those with a dividend payout ratio of less than 70%. The dividend payout ratio is the portion of the company's after-tax earnings used to pay dividends out to shareholders. 70% is the absolute limit that I'm comfortable with, as some of the longest paying dividend stocks out there have even higher payout ratios. For full disclosure, I initially used Barchart's stock screener tool to narrow down my choices. However, I didn't rely entirely on it. There is a little degree of subjectivity in my rankings since I factored in certain elements like economic moat, business resilience, and particularly dividend history and consistency that don't necessarily appear in stock screeners. By the way, you can check each company's profile page on barchart.com or just by scanning the QR codes. I'll flash them on the screen as I introduce them. All right, so with all that out of the way, let's get into the top 5 stocks you'd want to hold forever. I mean 20 years or more. Kicking off the list is AstraZeneca. This is a biopharmaceutical company that focuses on medicines in areas like oncology, cardiovascular, respiratory, and other rare diseases. You may be familiar with this company from its vaccines during the COVID-19 pandemic. But it's more well-known in healthcare for its blockbuster drug called Tagrisso, which is used to treat non-small cell lung cancer. That one drug alone generated over $6.5 billion last year, representing more than 12% of the company's total revenue in 2024. AstraZeneca pays dividends twice a year, usually announced around February and August, and paid in the next months, with the higher dividend in February and March. Now, if you want to add AZN to your dividend portfolio, keep an eye out for these announcements. Now, AstraZeneca's dividends vary yearly, so we don't exactly have a forward yield for now. However, the company did pay $1.52 last year, which brings the trailing 12-month yield to around 2.1%. Number 4 on the list is Bank of America, which you've probably heard if you live in the States. It's the second largest bank in the country, right behind JP Morgan, with over 69 million clients. It's also Warren Buffett's 4th largest holding through Berkshire Hathaway. By the way, did you know that Bank of America was originally founded as the Bank of Italy in 1904 in sunny California? Who knew? Bank of America's stock price is nearing its pre-2008 financial crisis level, and if it breaks through the $55 mark, there may be a potential breakout rally that signals renewed long-term confidence in the company. After that, who knows how high the stock will go. In terms of dividend, Bank of America pays $1.04 per share annually, which translates to around a 2.2% yield today. It's also been increasing its dividends for over 10 years now, and honestly, the only thing that I can think of that could affect this upward trajectory is another significant financial crisis. Fingers crossed that doesn't happen for a long time, if ever. Next on my list of dividend stocks to own forever is Linde. This is a global industrial gas and engineering company. The company supplies various gases to the healthcare, aerospace, energy, manufacturing, food, and materials industry. Now, Linde is notable for having the most extensive liquid nitrogen distribution system in the world, which is used in efforts to promote the global green energy transition. Now, you may have heard that Linde is investing in the United States to service the commercial space industry, and many see this as a wise move, as the space industry is expected to grow by as much as $2 trillion by 2040. This investment, combined with Linde's expertise in cryogenics and high-purity industrial gases, give it an excellent chance of taking part in that growth. Linde currently pays $1.50 quarterly, which works out to $6 per share per year and around a 1.2% yield. It's also increased its dividends for 32 years straight, making it a dividend aristocrat. And the second spot on my list of dividend stocks to own forever is Abbott Laboratories. This is the pharmaceutical giant that manufactures and sells everything from medical devices and nutritional supplements, and I'm willing to bet that many of you have used its products before. Now, I've covered Abbott several times, and I find it to be an amazing stock. And based on some of the questions I get on my Discord channel, a lot of other people are interested too. For example, did you know that Abbott is ranked as the top healthcare stock in the States in terms of profitability? They have a cumulative compound return of 7.8 million%. And if that's not impressive, there's also a story about how Abbott's secretary, Grace Groner, managed to grow just 3 Abbott stocks worth $180 to $7.2 million by just reinvesting the dividend for 75 years. Talk about an incredible return on an investment. Today, Abbott Labs pays a $2.36 forward annual dividend, which translates to around a 1.9% yield. And the company has a 53-year streak of increases, earning its title Dividend King. Now, before we head to number 1, I have 2 honorable mentions for you. First is Walmart, the dividend retailer and another dividend king with 52 years of consecutive dividend increases. The company pays 94 cents annually, which translates to almost a 1% yield. And the second is Eli Lilly, which doesn't hold a dividend title yet, but it has increased its payouts for 11 years in a row. Today it pays $6 a share annually, which reflects around a 0.77% yield. And now, the top dividend stock to own forever is Coca-Cola. This is a global leader in soft drinks and beverages and is a favorite among income investors for its strong brand, rock-solid revenue streams, and unmatched commitment to its shareholders. And fun fact, Berkshire Hathaway also loves this company. They hold a total of 400 million shares of KO stock. So with a $2.04 annual dividend, that means Warren Buffett's company is earning $816 million annually, or $2,235,666 every single day from Coca-Cola dividends alone. How cool is that, right? Now, for the rest of us who don't own 400 million shares of Coca-Cola, obviously, it's not a realistic goal. However, it doesn't mean we can't take advantage of the stock's current yield and growth prospects. At its current price, Coca-Cola stock yields around 2.8%. The company has also increased its dividends for 63 straight years and has continually paid them for over a century, making it a dividend king and a dividend zombie. It's hard to beat this kind of consistency. And that's my top 5 dividend stocks to buy and hold forever. What do you think of the companies on this list? Do you have a list of your own? Let me know in the comments below. so we can get a conversation going. And while you're down there, don't forget to like and subscribe so others will find this video as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.